Welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time to answer the question. Does Thanos need to be awakened? If so, what sig? We're going to do the spicy bite style, meaning this is going to be a quicker video. We're going to be very directly to the point and only cover one thing as opposed to the whole champion like I normally do. Remember, those aren't like as loved by the YouTube algorithm, even though the watch durations are high, a lot of the likes are good and all that stuff. So if you can, do me a solid, like, subscribe, share, comment, do all of the things. I don't normally bring that up in videos, but here we are. So here, to answer the question very clearly, does Thanos need to be awakened? No. If that's all you needed to know, cool. But I have a feeling you're going to want to stick around. You're going to want to see why getting this guy's sig up is really, really helpful. So here we go. Essentially, remember, Thanos starts, or he utilizes that energy. It's in the upper left-hand corner. It's the gray thing. It's got like obviously his like mask. And then you can see we just got it up to 20 and we got the counterpunch charge. As I said in my new champ video on him, the total full how to use, you can interrupt the defender or the opponent's heavy with your own to get more energy. And you want that energy because it's essentially his like fuel for everything that he does, including that massive armor break and the armor shatter, which is a really, really big deal. This was signature ability level 20. Okay, you saw that fight went really, really well. But what I'm going to show you as this sig gets stronger, fights are going to get more simple and you're going to have to do less of the kind of quote unquote fancy stuff. This is sig level 65. I'm showing you that because I've done the mausoleum and I have 45 of those deathless sig stones. If you have an awakened Thanos because you've done all of the Karinas, you might consider putting all that at sig 65, like a good natural spot. Remember, he's going to start the first fight of each quest with this extra energy. It won't grant you one of his counterpunch charges right away. You still have to get to that multiple of 10. And then if you are on a questing team and you're one of your other quest champions wins a fight, Thanos gets that benefit again. If not, he doesn't get that extra start of the fight energy, okay? So here we are, we still needed to use one of our heavies, although it's kind of some of the fancy stuff. It's not too bad, you can do it, but still, it's something that means you're not getting up your armor shatter right away. You're not getting that armor break right away. And remember, in the first fight of each quest is how it is defined for battlegrounds. So if battlegrounds are really interesting to you or something you want to be doing really well at, and you've got your Thanos, this is something you might want to consider, right? So that way he starts each fight not only as an attacker, but a defender with it. Now we're going to do Sig 20. I'm going to call this the Campo because Campo is the one, brilliant player, right? Shout him out all the time, and it's for good reason. Who's like, you know what, Sig 20 feels like a pretty good sweet spot for me. And it's at bullet point 2. Thanos is going to gain 19.26 necrotic energy at the start of the fight, as we've been explaining. So let's go ahead and take a look and see kind of like what that looks like in, you know, different from these other fights. And again, there's going to be AI differences and things like that. But you can see we're going to do this. We land a single heavy and we are now already at these 26 charges. We're able to kind of go in. Now I had to back off though, right? Because there's fights like this. Infinity Iron Man, if he got 4 of those armor ups, then he was going to stun me. He was going to auto block me and stun me. So I had to back off. And I was really glad this worked out the way it did, because that was a great example of how there are going to be fights. You're not always going to be fighting Iron Man, but there are going to be fights where you want that for the security of the fight itself. And then also, I wanted to see this. It was great. He also has so many different sources of damage, so many different ways of damage, and some of them are those big crits when he gets up the armor break and the armor shatter. That's all we had up there. We eventually threw the SB2 and all that, and I understand. But those combos, those basic combos, were critting for massive, massive numbers. So there's a lot of reasons, not just for safety, security, the threat of the fight to get those armor ups and the armor break down quickly, but also it increases your damage significantly. Now I'm going to show you this here. This is Sig 200, and it's what I'm going to be doing. All right, we're going to start each fight or each quest with 30 necrotic energy, which is enough to go ahead and just get that armor break, that armor shatter up right away with the heavy. You can choose to use it instantly if you feel like you need to, right? We're going in, and I have decided I'm going to do it because I don't want to have to deal with the potential armor ups and that threat from Iron Man Infinity War. If you don't need to do that, you can go ahead and go straight to your SP1, do the passive heavy, cancel out the heavy into your special one. You'll get the armor break and you'll get the special one with the extra furies because you've had all that necrotic energy. So it provides a tremendous amount of flexibility. Now, I know some of you are like, all right, what was the other reason? What's the other reason? I'm about to show you. Let's let this fight in. I just wanted you to see how much more simple this fight became. you can achieve great results. Remember, I started off this video by saying, does he need to be awakened? No. But the ease and the efficiency of which you can achieve similar results becomes significantly greater when he's awakened and the higher that sig gets. So now, what's the other reason? What are these other reasons? Like maybe Battlegrounds isn't that important to you, and you're like, I'm just that good of a player, dude. It's all good. There's other bullet points here. First bullet point, personal effects expire up to 40% more slowly. 40% is a ton, and gain up to 100% increased ability accuracy. So if ability accuracy is for some reason making it more difficult to get your own personal effects on you or to apply them to the opponent, this is going to help you out significantly. The other last one is the personal protection, gain a 1% flat potency. If you make mistakes, I make mistakes, or if you want him to be a good defender, that's going to help out significantly. So the ability accuracy is up, the effects expire significantly more slowly, and if you make a mistake, going to help you out. So watch this. We're actually going to go up against just shy of 1 million. This is on the CTP server, Iron Man Infinity War, and I want you to see this. How much the AI just interruptions don't bother me. They don't make a difference in the fight because my counter punch, watch how long this counter punch lasts. Look how slowly that's going down. Look how slow the pause is. Look at, I think that's the corrosion effect there. No, I'm sorry. That is the panic effect on the Iron Man side, meaning that, you know, he can't evade and we can't miss. These things just last longer. So if Iron Man goes passive, that's fine. I don't feel the need to go for like some risky intercepts, to press the issue, to take advantage of my counterpunch, because my counterpunch is lasting plenty of time. Everything is just lasting a tremendously significantly. I don't know if that's grammatically correct, but who cares? This is a YouTube video about Deathless Thanos. We are not worried about grammar. And, you know, DLL, the designer, did a banger job. Like, there's another amazing DLL champion, right? And look at those crits, as I was talking to you about with the armor break and the armor shatter. Well, DLL called out in his champion spotlight with context video about how that SIG actually works. If your math is your thing, maybe you already know this, but the 40% slower actually provides significantly more duration than I initially thought it did. I'm not a math major, but I learned a lot from that. And that right there, all of those things put together. Yes, I do enjoy Battlegrounds. Yes, I do enjoy being competitive at Battlegrounds, but I enjoy questing. I might be going back to Tier 1 War relatively soon. Those things are important to me. And for all of those reasons together, I personally am going to be taking Thanos to SIG 200. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think got right. Let me know what you think got wrong. And let me know what seems to be your sweet spot. You're going to go with the Campo. I think Campo might take him to SIG 200 too, but the Campo was like, hey, bang for buck. You might want to shout this out to your viewers. You're going to just stick with SIG 20? Or are you like, hey, dude, you know what? I don't want to do Necropolis. I got my Thanos. He's great unawakened. I'm just going to stick with that. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.